International crime trend. India has experienced a shocking form of violence against women known as bride burning. A woman may be burned to death if her family fails to provide the expected dowry to the groom's family or if she is suspected of premarital infidelity. As well, many Indian women commit suicide to escape the brutality of their situation. The danger from various forms of violent behavior, such as bride burning in India, has become a worldwide epidemic. Although crime rates are declining in the United States, they are increasing abroad. The United States in 1980 clearly led the Western world in overall crime, but there has been a marked decline in U.S. crime rates, a trend that has now placed U.S. crime rates below those of other industrial nations, including England and Wales, Denmark and Finland. And contrary to the common assumption that the United States is the most heavily armed nation on earth, there is new evidence that people around the world are arming themselves in record numbers. Residents in the 15 countries of the European Union have an estimated 84 million firearms. Of that total, 67 million, 80% are in civilian hands. With a total European Union population of 375 million people, this amounts to 174 guns for every 100 people. Although these trends are alarming, making international comparisons is often difficult because the legal definitions of crime vary from country to country. There are also differences in the way crime is measured. For example, in the United States, crime may be measured by counting criminal acts reported to the police or by using victim surveys, but many European countries measure crime by the number of cases solved by the police. Despite these problems, valid comparisons can still be made about crime across different countries by using several reliable data sources. For example, the United Nations Survey of Crime Trends and Operations of Criminal Justice Systems, UNCJS, is the most well-known source of information on cross-national data. The International Crime Victims Survey, ICVS, is conducted in 60 countries and is managed by the Ministry of Justice of the Netherlands, the Home Office of the United Kingdom, and the United Nations Interregional Crime and Justice Research Institute. There is also the United Nations International Study on the Regulation of Firearms. Interpol, the International Police Agency, collects data from police agencies in 179 countries. The World Health Organization, WHO, has conducted surveys on global violence. The European Sourcebook of Crime and Criminal Justice Statistics provides data from police agencies in 36 European nations. What do these various sources tell us about international crime rates? Homicide. Many nations, especially those experiencing social or economic upheaval, have murder rates much higher than the US rate. Colombia has about 63 homicides per 100,000 people, and South Africa has 51, compared to less than 6 in the United States. During the 1990s, there were more homicides in Brazil than in the United States, Canada, Italy, Japan, Australia, Portugal, Britain, Austria, and Germany taken together. Why are murder rates so high in nations such as Brazil? Law enforcement officials link the upsurge in violence to drug trafficking, gang feuds, vigilantism, and disputes over trivial matters in which young, unmarried, uneducated males are involved. Rape. Until 1990, US rape rates were higher than those of any other Western nation, but by 2000, Canada took the lead. Generally, violence against women is related to economic hardship and the social status of women. Rates are high in poor nations in which women are oppressed. Where women are more emancipated, the rates of violence against women are lower. For many women, sexual violence starts in childhood and adolescence and may occur in the home, school, and community. Studies conducted in a wide variety of nations, ranging from Cameroon to New Zealand, found high rates of reported forced sexual initiation. In some nations, as many as 46% of adolescent women and 20% of adolescent men report sexual coercion at the hands of family members, teachers, boyfriends, or strangers. Sexual violence has significant health consequences, including suicide, stress, mental illnesses, unwanted pregnancy, sexually transmitted diseases, HIV/AIDS, self-inflicted injuries, and in the case of child sexual abuse, adoption of high-risk behaviors such as multiple sexual partners and drug use.
Robbery countries with more reported robberies than the United States included England and Wales, Portugal and Spain. Countries with fewer reported robberies included Germany, Italy and France, as well as Middle Eastern and Asian nations. Burglary. The United States had lower burglary rates than Australia, Denmark, Finland, England and Wales, and Canada. It had higher reported burglary rates than Spain, South Korea and Saudi Arabia. Vehicle theft. Australia, England and Wales, Denmark, Norway, Canada, France and Italy now have higher rates of vehicle theft than the United States. Child abuse. A World Health Organization report found that child physical and sexual abuse takes a significant toll around the world. In a single year, about 57,000 children under 15 years old are murdered. The homicide rates for children aged 0 to 4 years were more than twice as high as the rates among children aged 5 to 14 years. Many more children are subjected to non-fatal abuse and neglect. 8% of male and 25% of female children up to age 18 experience sexual abuse of some kind. Why the change? Why are crime rates increasing around the world while leveling off in the United States? In some developing nations, crime rates may be spiraling upward because these nations are undergoing rapid changes in their social and economic makeup. In Eastern Europe, the fall of communism has brought about a transformation of the family, religion, education, and the economy. These changes increase social pressures and result in crime rate. Some Asian societies, such as China, are undergoing rapid industrialization, urbanization, and social change. The shift from agricultural to industrial and service economies has produced political turmoil and a surge in their crime rates. For example, the island of Hong Kong, long a British possession but now part of the People's Republic of China, is experiencing an upsurge in club drugs. Tied to the local dance scene, ecstasy and ketamine use have skyrocketed and are in sync with the traditional drug of choice, heroin. The problems that we experience at home are not unique to the United States. Critical thinking. Although risk factors at all levels of social and personal life contribute to youth violence, youths in all nations who experience change in societal level factors, such as economic inequalities, rapid social change, and the availability of firearms, alcohol, and drugs, seem the most likely to get involved in violence. Can anything be done to help alleviate these social problems? Yes, several strategies can help alleviate these social problems. Address economic inequalities. Implement policies promoting economic growth and job creation. Increase access to education and job training. Enhance social welfare programs and support systems. Mitigate rapid social change. Foster community engagement and social cohesion. Develop programs promoting cultural understanding and exchange. Support community-based initiatives addressing social issues. Reduce availability of firearms, alcohol, and drugs. Implement and enforce stricter regulations and laws. Increase funding for substance abuse treatment and prevention. Promote community-based initiatives addressing substance abuse. Some potential solutions include investing in early childhood education and intervention programs, implementing evidence-based violence prevention programs, fostering partnerships between community organizations, schools, and law enforcement, addressing systemic issues like racism, poverty, and inequality. 2. The United States is notorious for employing much tougher penal measures than Europe. Do you believe our tougher measures explain why crime is declining in the United States while increasing abroad? Tougher penal measures and crime rates. The relationship between penal measures and crime rates is complex. While some argue that tougher measures deter crime, others point to other factors. Incarceration rates. The US has high incarceration rates, but crime rates have declined since the 1990s. Poverty and inequality. The US has significant poverty and inequality issues, which contribute to crime. Gun laws. Lax gun laws in the US contribute to gun violence. Community-based programs. Effective community-based programs can reduce recidivism and crime. It's unlikely that tougher measures alone explain the decline in US crime rates. Other factors such as improved policing strategies, increased community engagement, economic growth and reduced poverty, shifts in demographics and population trends may also play a role. Europe's approach focuses on rehabilitation and addressing the root causes of crime, which may contribute to its lower crime rates.